Okay, we got green lights, so I'll just double check that we are up and running, which we are. Great. Okay, welcome guys. Welcome. This is episode 60 of ChatTactic. We're getting further and further into this one, which is good. We're not well over the year, but we're just over the 1 year mark now. I just see that there's Smite has written Fragile Allegiance, and I've just actually I always forget the name of the bloody game. It's the mercenary one, and why did I call it Fragile Allegiance? And I can't think of what the actual name is. Is it? It's not Fragile Allegiance, is it? It's Fragile. No, that's not it, is it? God, what is it? Hi Dave, how you going? I'm trying to think of what the game actually is with the mercenaries. Anyway, I do need to, and I've written it everywhere, like to talk about, because I was going to sort of launch off with that one. I'm going to have to change titles and stuff like that as soon as I figure out what it actually is. God, what is it? I always forget it. If we look at XCOM, it might sort of come up with a different style of like other types of games that are sort of similar. If I go to Xenonauts 2 as an example, we'll just start here. Sorry, I normally try to do this stuff before I get started, but similar games. Okay, similar games. What have we got? Nothing there. I'm not thinking what it is. Jagged Allegiance. Jagged. Okay. I better change the title. Sorry, guys. God, I can't believe it. Okay, so we'll just go and change that one to Jagged Allegiance. Okay, I always get that one wrong. Jagged Allegiance. There we are. Save. Thanks for that. Thank you. Saved us. Okay, so we're going to be talking about that one because that is actually one of my most anticipated games now of the year. So let's just go back across. God, I don't know why. It's not. This is not just a one-off thing for me either. This is actually my stumbling around with Jagged Allegiance games is I've had that problem for years and years and years. Where I think I've called it Fragile Allegiance for so long. So it's not even just a one-off. It's just forgetfulness. I think it's actually it's Jagged Alliance, not even Allegiance. How wrong can you be? Anyway, there we go. So save that one. Okay, Steve is saying, so is Jagged looking good? The old ones were great. Hi Dave, how you going? Hi Jemison. And as Tekek. So anyway, let's go back in. Just go across into here, and so it's Jagged Alliance. I'll just go into what we might do actually is we might have a look at the. We'll start with Jagged Alliance 2. I better just turn off the sound. And there should be a Jagged Alliance 3 coming up fairly soon, I think. I'm pretty sure it is in here, actually. I'll just do a search for it. Alliance 3. No, it's not there. Don't tell me it's not... I had seen it somewhere. Because I will search for it. I'll just do a search for it on Google because I don't want to talk about stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about. So so Jagged Alliance 3 releases this Friday. This should be. Why is it not in Steam? I'm sure I saw it in Steam. Oh, hang on. 7 titles, including Jagged Alliance 3, is based on your preferences. What the hell? What preferences? To not show Jagged Alliance. I don't know. Maybe it's this stuff. I've never had that pop up before. I think I might have turned off this stuff just so it didn't show up. More products. Nope, that's nothing. Okay, I don't know what's going on in through here. I'm not sure what the... got no idea why that would actually be coming up. Geez, I didn't do very well with that, did I? If I just go back in again and just go back to Steam again. Here we go, farting about, stumbling about with everything. Jagged Alliance, still not there. What the hell is going on here? Excluded my preferences. I don't know what preference it actually is. This is painful. Okay, here it is anyway. So let's have a look at this thing. I'll just go right back to the start, and we'll just pause it, and we'll just pull it apart bit by bit. So this is, and I've had to figure out what's going on here. So where are we going? So we've got, actually, hi David. David's saying Jagged Alliance 3 releases this Friday. Steve is saying, I hope I'm not disappointed. Can't wait to try Xenonauts 2 as well. We'll talk about Xenonauts 2. I've been streaming that all week. So David is then saying you don't have an early code for JA3. They contacted me, and I wrote back and said I'd be really, really keen, but I haven't heard back. So they're sending out codes these days. Okay, well, I'll chase them up again. Yeah, I had it on my wish list in Steam, I'm sure. So says Paul. Yeah, anyway, we got in there at the moment, so that's actually okay. I don't think it's the nudity, because I'll turn those preferences back off, because I don't want those things coming up when I'm, like on the in the Steam pages. So anyway, it's just Anyway, I'll figure out what it is later on. But it's funny because I got to hear the other day, and it was no problem at all. Hi Sorbical, how you going? Hi Battle Mode. And Steve is saying Steam is so weird, censors pixel gun games, but not huge anime boob games. Yeah, no, it is sort of funny. So anyway, this is, and I don't know anything at all about the game other than what I've seen here, and I was not interested at all until last week when they did contact me, and I did have a look at that, and I thought, actually, this looks very, very cool, the way it sort of is starting to pan out. So I think it does look like it very much is something where we are going to be able to really personalise the various merc groups that sort of go around the actual map itself. It doesn't look like it's purely a I was really worried about it just being like a preset, almost like a puzzle game. So so it's actually Sorbical is saying I've read nothing good about JA3. In fact, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and undo the sound. So hopefully it's going to be loud enough for you guys, and we'll just play it. And because what convinced me was this video, and so let's just play it.
Wow, isn't that fancy?
Jagged Alliance 3 is coming out soon, and we're here to explore what Jagged is and what it is not. Jagged Alliance is a series of games featuring turn-based tactics and RPG elements, first released...
So even this for me looks good, like just the setups and stuff. I quite like the idea of being able to do it like this. Sorbical saying I've read nothing good about JA3. Yeah, I was very much not interested, but that was from what I had seen. I'd seen people streaming the demos of it, and or recording the demos, and it looked really, really uninspiring. And now I don't know if that was just a tutorial demo, because it was always the same stuff and very, very dumb AI. But yeah, this sort of convinced me anyway. Let's continue on.
In 1994, with Jagged Alliance 2 following in 1999,
they were great games, weren't they?
Best games of the genre. There was some other spin-offs that, let's just say, were interesting.
So that's interesting that they've actually identified that the other stuff was so bad, and sort of addressed that one.
But we are here to make it right. Ian Curry, the creator of the original Jaggeds, is here to keep us from f***ing things up, so we don't piss off our Jagged fans out there, and really, anyone who buys the game. So what makes Jagged Alliance 3 a worthy addition to the series? Well, a lot.
We're making the magic happen.
You know how some games tell you the success probability of hitting a target, and it's all about...
See, not just a puzzle. That's what's always pissed me off about these sort of games, is that it is like a puzzle game before it's anything else, and which means that it's all preset. You've then got to just work your way through. It's why I have very like I did play one the other week actually, which is on my desktop, which I was really impressed with. It's the only one of these sort of puzzle type get through a mission games that I've actually enjoyed. Like Commandos, I sort of enjoyed when that came out, but I didn't really warm to it. Not like like it was good for one mission, and then it was just boring. But there was one I did play the other day, which I did quite like a pirate one. Forget what that was called anyway. But this one, to even identify that it's not just a puzzle game, is awesome, because it does mean it's going back to its roots of having sort of more randomized content and more randomized interaction.
Figuring out the perfect solution? Yeah, well, we don't. Jagged is not just a puzzle, but a simulation. There is no perfect solution. We want you to experiment, to listen to your mercs, and trust your experience, which might be easier said than done.
Trust me, I know the type.
You will need to consider your situation. How's the weather? The lighting? How are your mercs? Did they have a boo-boo?
So that's the other thing too. Like it's so obviously it's got dynamic lighting, dynamic weather, which will then change the missions anyway. I mean, there's certain. I think the locations are preset, which they're not going to randomize those, but it does sort of seem like like it is sort of all coming together, which is good.
Did they get their full 8 hours last night? You will need to consider the battlefield. Do you have the high ground? Are your mercs in cover? How about their lines of sight or visibility? Not to mention managing character stats, listening for verbal hints, situational modifiers.
Good chance of me, not missing.
Yeah, you get the picture. And sometimes, life will hand you lemons. And then they explode. Is it challenging? Yes. Is it fun? You're damn right it is. These mechanics are core to your battle strategy, giving combat an organic feel. It also makes listening to your mercs important. Most of the time.
Igor, great at hiding. You will see. Or you will not.
That bothers me. I've got to say that someone can sneak up like this.
Or you will not.
How can he not see that? That's the sort of stuff that does shit me off at this
Actually,
sort
a
of
really nice segue to talk about the characters. And in Jagged, there are a lot of them. 40 fully voiced mercs with their own backstories, personalities, interactions, playstyles, even phobias.
This place make me sweaty. It will not look good on the camera.
These characters actually play like individuals.
I think there's Grunty. Who else have we got? There's a few of them. Shadow. I remember these from JA2 times.
Meaning their personalities will affect how they operate in the world, how they react to the enemy, and how they work with each other. And like any real-world situation, sometimes things can get a little dicey. Assemble your squads wisely because there are team players, and then there's this.
Fidel, no more work for you.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right? And bad team management over time is a nightmare.
What the fuck you want, mercenaries?
And let's not forget about the local inhabitants of Grand Chien with their own story arcs that range from humorous to a little bit heavier. All these people are part of the open world of Jagged.
That's another big thing as well. It's not just a preset series of missions, which is good, which I was a bit worried about, that it was going to end up being like a Commandos type game rather than the original Jagged Alliance type games. Actually, there we go. So Battlemate Team Texas from Jagged Alliance 1. Yeah, there was a lot of the guys there are the originals, aren't they?
From the jungles to the slums to the desert, the world is yours to explore and enjoy your own pace. Go
See, this
wherever
is
you
good.
want.
Like they've got the different missions in through there. So you've got your different squads. I guess you just give them like I don't think that means anything. The actual symbol that they actually have, and then you've got your ratings, I guess, as to how they go. Yeah, this is looking very, very cool.
Make your own missions, manage your mercs, mod your weapons. There's lots to do for an energetic sociopath like yourself. Be careful of pissing off the locals too much, though. Just because you can live with your actions doesn't mean they have to. You can treat the populace with respect and support. Or take them for all they're worth. Whatever lets you sleep at night.
You're about to get fucked by an...
This country is your sandbox, and it's gonna get dirty. At this point, pretty sure many of you already know that this game is for you. And you love it. We've got mercs, we got open world, we got guns, bombs, blazing, tactics, destruction, and everything in between. Are you excited? Us too!
You heard the man!
So what else can we say except you'll have to check it out for yourself?
Yeah, so I'm sold. I was sold pretty much as soon as I started watching it, and then they started to say it's nothing like the old games, like it's except for Jagged Alliance 2. It is the worthy successor, and I think they're right. Like I'm actually really quite impressed with it from what I've sort of seen. There's another one in through there, but we won't go through that. But I'm going to have to follow up and find out why I haven't got the key yet, because I really am quite interested. Now reading a few more of the comments. Yep, so Jagged kind of reminds me of the old Commandos game. I really enjoyed 1 and 2, says Rogue. It's quite different simply because you can come in from, even with the old Jagged Alliance games, you could actually come in from different angles, and even though the maps were often the same, it was still your commandos were different. Sorry, your mercenaries were different in Jagged Alliance than the original Jagged Alliance games, and so you could really mix things up, whereas Commandos was always the same guys, from what I can remember. Your Battle Mode saying Commandos was a puzzle game to some extent. Yeah, it is, and there's a few. The one puzzle game that I'm really impressed with is Shadow Gambit. This is just a demo, the Cursed Crew. I was really impressed with this one. This one is actually like a Commando style game, but done incredibly well. That's the best. For me, this is the best of that genre. If you like Commandos games, then have a look at Shadow Gambit. In fact, let's have a quick look at that while we're here.
Thanks for watching.
Yep, just mute that one now. Okay, so and this is from Shadow Gambit. These are the makers of. This is Minimi Games back and through this side. And if we have a look at what their stable actually is, you get a bit of a feel of what they've done in the past. All the Shadow Tactics games, which I haven't played, and I'm sort of now thinking actually it would be pretty cool to play those because they this is sort of like the next generation of the Shadow Tactics games that they've done over recent years. But Shadow Gambit is I was super impressed with it, and I didn't think I would because I don't tend to play those sorts of games. But it was extremely well done as a Commando sort of style game. So look out for that one. I don't know when that's coming. Actually, August. There we go. Release date in the 18th of August. So another month and a bit away. So 5 or 6 weeks, and then this one will be coming out. But it was incredibly impressive. As if you like Commandos, you're going to love that one through there. There's other games that come out that I don't really like much that are like this in this sort of genre, but there seem to be more options with Shadow Gambit. You could do things in different ways. It wasn't just one way through, and the whole premise of this game was quite interesting. So so this for me was like when I played it, and I did do a video on it. I was just super impressed by it. For me, this is a genre-defining game. This particular one, it's set the standard for any of these sort of puzzle-type games. Anyway, that's Shadow Gambit. Now talking back about, I wonder if I'm now thinking like if I do call it Fragile Allegiance all the time, and I just wonder. I hope I didn't write back to the publishers and called it that. I have to check my emails now to just see if I did actually when I responded. They're probably thinking, oh God, here we go. doesn't even know our game. But Jagged Alliance 3 does look actually very good. I don't know why it's not showing up in my list, but I thought I'd just mention that one there. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of the comments here, guys. I'll just skip past Okay, so Brindley Man is saying, I have Jagged Alliance 3. Actually, when is it coming out? Just do Jagged Alliance 3 again. I don't know why it's... when is it actually due? It is due soon, isn't it? Oh, come on. Yeah, 14th of July. So it really is just around the, 13th for the rest of the world, 14th for me. So I will make contact with them about that, because that is a game I'm really impressed with what I've seen in here. This looks very, very cool. So Brendan Man is saying next week, I think, yeah. So Silvercall saying no, Larry. Actually, if you don't mind, no, I won't look. I'm just going to quickly look at my emails to see if I did actually call it that. But it's it's the original games. The version 1, version 2 were just absolute classics, and then it really went shit from there. Don't know if we can see the popularity. If we go to Steam charts maybe, and then do a search for it. So if we search for the Jagged Alliance games, so we've got so was Wildflower any good? That was this. I mean, these are fairly old now, but there's not too many there, is there really? Then we had all these sort of Crossfire type games, which came out, which were pretty shit from memory. I really lost heart in the games that were coming. Jagged Alliance 2 Gold. There's hardly any. It's 2000. It looks like Wildfire is probably the. Actually, it's too old now. It's really too old to sort of have a look at anything with these charts. I don't think we're going to see anything. Yeah, we've just got a small number of players still playing the game. If I just zoom out, how far out can we go? Yeah, so it didn't come into Steam until fairly recent times. There's been certainly some peaks over its time, but yeah, it's not really enough to sort of see anything. So let's not worry about that one. Okay, so last one saying JO3 has Peggy 18. It's probably an Australian thing. Yeah, that's Peggy's a US, isn't it? US based system there, but I'm not sure. Not sure why it would be. I'll have to check out what preferences I've got. That'll be on my to-do list after this one through here. Right, well, let's now sort of segue across into another sort of squad-based game, which I've been playing an awful lot this week. So we'll just go back across. So I am impressed with the look of Jagged Alliance 3. And that really does look like there's a lot you can do with that. Of a more limited sort of experience in terms of squad-based, but still incredibly good fun, is Xenonauts 2, which is coming out next week. Another week and a bit. So now I'm not allowed to give reviews, so I can't really tell you explicitly what I think of it, but let's just say that I have been playing this an awful lot. So so you can read into that one there. There's very strict instructions as to what I can and can't show, but I'm allowed to stream it at the moment. So I've been streaming this on my Twitch channel for the last week. Basically, it's been really, really good fun in terms of the what everyone's like. I've been naming the characters after the people watching the streams, and it has been really, really good fun. Like in that sort of sense, just to be able to send people where they've actually got some skin in the game. It's probably the best of. I call it Dad's Demption when I do play that sort of that sort of game, and where. It's on Twitch basically. I can stream. I can ban people very quickly for an hour. So if their character dies, they basically get banned for an hour, and it's sort of this is the perfect game for that. I've got 2 bases set up already, and all sorts of things actually happening. But this is really, really quite interesting as well, just the way it does work. Again, squad based. Interestingly though, this one here is similar to what I think Jagged Alliance will be in terms of its experience. When you actually do play the game. But you don't have prone, for example. You only have crouch or not crouch. You don't have run. You've only got you either walk or crouch. It's pretty much all your stand. Basically, they're the only things that you really get to do. But it is really a fascinating game, just the way it sort of does work. So I've been having a lot of fun with that one, as I sort of say through the week. And hi, Michael, how you going? And yeah, so sorry guys, I missed a lot of it. So Shadow Turtle, does this game have psychic powers? Is that, yeah, does Xenonauts, hang on, and it's psychic powers, I'm not sure what you mean by that. So Brendan Man is saying, but does Xenonauts actually add anything over its predecessor, or is it just the game where Xeno 1 was supposed to be? Now that's a really, really good question. It's so funny because when I first started to play it, I had the same sort of feel, like, I couldn't put my finger on why I enjoyed Xenonauts 2 so much more than Xenonauts 1. I just couldn't figure it out. And it's just it's the culmination of a lot of little things. So is it sort of where Jagged Alliance 1 should have ended up being? I don't know. All I can say is that Jagged Alliance 1 I got bored with very, very quickly, and I haven't been bored with Jagged Alliance 2 at all. The pacing seems really, really different. So in that sort of sense, it's been really quite a fun experience to stream anyway. Like it's yeah. So it's but that is a good question. So hi Michael, how you going? You're saying that it's fun to watch. Yeah, no, it's been really, really good fun playing it, and there's still some things that I think that they need to tweak in the game, and so I've been which we've sort of found during my gameplay. I keep on blowing my own soldiers up with grenades and things, just because of the user interface. Okay, so Lawrence is saying, do you feel like you hit the 150-day limit too quickly? Does it feel too limiting? I haven't got there. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about, Xenonauts. I haven't actually got that deep into the game. I've got to around about, I think I'm up to day 75 or something, somewhere in around there. And no, I like games to finish pretty fast. I don't like games that drag on. And so if I'm halfway through the game, which I'm not sure if I am or not, I'd be quite happy with that where I currently am. Because it does play differently each time you do play it, to a degree anyway. There's certainly some things that do keep on coming through. So Gary's saying, you switched to Jagged Alliance where you're talking about Xenonauts. It was, we started off with Jagged Alliance because that is coming out this week. So I did want to, at the end of the week. So I thought I'd actually mainly hit that one through there. By the way, the giveaway today is going to be the Pegasus Expedition. So I might just show that as well, just while we're in here. So this will be the game for today. So this is a game I haven't played a hell of a lot of, but I like where the direction of it has been coming. Like it used to just be like a single mission that you could then sort of play. So it played very much the same, which is sort of why I didn't embrace the game too much when it first came out. But you now do actually have multiple starts, which is sort of a lot more randomized, which is quite interesting. So anyway, the Pegasus Expedition will be today's giveaway, so that will be the game. So yeah, thanks again to the devs and the publisher for the giveaway for that one. So I do appreciate that. Now, is there anything else? I'll just read a few more of the comments just to see where we go with this. So Shadow's saying, I mean, in some games like XCOM, the humans figure out ways to get psychic powers from the aliens, so it's a bit of a two-partner A. Do the aliens have psychic powers, and B, do you get you emits on them? I would think yes in that case. Yeah, we're certainly, like, there's these aliens called scions, and the scions do actually take over your forces if you do different sorts of things. And so the aliens are really interesting, so much more so than in Xenonauts 1 from what I can remember. The Xenonauts 1, they were pretty one-dimensional. From what it's been years since I played that, but I'm finding that every single mission is interesting in Xenonauts 2, which is quite interesting. Yeah, Sorbical sort of saying, yeah, X2 over X1, it's much more refined and polished with a better user interface, and the ability to rotate the tactical map improves it 1000%. However, it's still basically an XCOM EU remake. Yeah, it is, but why not? I mean, it's a good formula to sort of go with. And Sorbical saying it's a very good remake, though, highly recommended. Yeah, I would. Well, I'm not allowed to give a review, but I've been enjoying the game a lot. So Benjamin saying, I'm kind of surprised Daz has a few games recently haven't introduced much until you looked into them more. There's just too much to play. Yeah, pretty much that's the case. In fact, I'll talk about another game that I've just discovered this week, which has really just grabbed me. It's and that is Mechabellum. if you haven't seen or played that one, have a look at it because it's awesome. So Dimmerson saying, give me gameplay over graphics, please. Yes. It's and Xenonauts 2 is in that category of of being really, really interesting gameplay where the graphics are fairly they work. They certainly do the job. They're not bad graphics. They're just different sort of style. Anyway, Mechabellum. This surprised the crap out of me, I've got to say. I was just so taken by it. It's still in early access, but it's incredibly well polished for what it actually does do. I'll just open this one up again so we'll have a bit of a look at it. So it's basically a multiplayer. You can play against bots, which is all I've been doing it so far. But it is, it's just said back there, every decision matters, and it really does. In fact, I think we can play the sound. It's I think it's a Paradox Arc game, which is sort of like their small stuff. Now, these camera angles, you can certainly get these camera angles when you are playing, but you don't ever do it because you lose track of what's going on. So even though it looks really impressive from these sort of camera angles, you just never ever look at this. And they've got different units, have got different abilities, there's different sizes. It's really amazing. It's like a rock, paper, scissors game, but through 16 different types of robots, where one robot will be very, very good against a different type of robot, and then all the way around. It sort of loops back in on itself. So it's a game where, as you play each round, you're trying to counteract what the enemy is doing or trying to gain advantage over them in other ways. It's a really fascinating game. Now, I was unimpressed with the auto battler because, that's why I didn't actually pick this one up, because of the auto battler title. I like the idea of having an auto battler, but I thought it was just set up your forces and then just watch a battle play out, where the battle might be sort of like 10 minutes or something like this, to sort of see what actually happens, and then that would be the end of the game. It's not the way it works. It's played in rounds, and so the setup for each round is like 90 seconds, and which is fairly sort of fast. You don't need the 90 seconds to be able to do what you need to do. Once you've placed a unit, at the next round they'll stay back in that unit. They'll spawn back in at full health, and you can't then move them. So it means that you just focus on very small things each round as you evaluate what happens as the rounds play out. So it's round after round after round until you actually then win the game by diminishing the other person's points, or your points get diminished as well. But it's a really, really cool game. So Steve is saying Dominions has a great auto battler system. Yeah, it's sort of Dominions is the one where and that's a fantasy game, just to sort of put that into context if someone's watching this one. Dominions does auto battle because of the multiplayer content, and that is really, really cool because you can script what you do. This is nothing at all like a Steam auto battler. This is I actually assumed this was going to be like Dominions, like where you actually end up having a script. You're scripting your units, and then they all go in. And I thought you'd be spending like 20 minutes, doing your scripting and then sort of going back in through there. But it's not the case. In fact, I might even play, if you guys don't mind, I'll play against one of the bots, and I'll just explain. I'll just play it as quickly as I can. I think I might do that. Because it really is like this does not look the way that you actually play it, but every decision does matter. Let's just go and play it. Any excuse. So here it is up and through here, Mechabellum. So I'll now play it. I got a new graphics card yesterday, so not a high-end one, but a mid-range graphics card, which will be good because I have noticed that my videos have been stuttering a little bit with the more recent games. So I've upgraded. I'll just play a solo game. So there's so many different ways of playing the game, but let's just play a practice game, and I'll just play against a normal AI, which I can beat the hard AI pretty well. Normal AI is not usually a threat, so let's just go this way. And I'll just sort of talk it all up, talk it through as we sort of go through it. So the first thing is you need to just choose who you're going to go through there. Quick supply, you get 200 in the first round. Marksman, that's actually a good one. Got crawlers and mustangs. These are different types of there's 16 different bots that you can sort of get, and so you can sort of go with, like, and this is all random, the combinations are random. Let's go this one in through here. We have a lot less points at the start, but we do start off with a level 3 marksman unit, which is very good against bigger bots. So we'll go that way. Now we do actually get these little crawler bots, and all you do is you just go and position them. I'm just going to throw them in behind there. If you grab these crawler bots and position them in, these are the weakest of all the bots, but they're great against other sorts of robots. In fact, you can see there through there, they've actually got marksman unit, and they've also got tank units. What we want to have happen here is we want our crawlers to hit these marksmen as quickly as we can. So I think I might just try something a bit weird. Just go over there, and then we've got our own ours are Mustang units, which are high-speed, all-purpose sort of air and ground units. So we'll leave them, and I'm going to put my marksman back over. We don't know where our marksman's going to be. They've got 3. We've only got the 1. Let's just add these across and just leave these sort of fairly far back as well. And I think because of what their mix is, these sledgehammers can get through the small bots pretty quickly, but we can sort of end up overwhelming them with small bots. So I might just get, I've got 200 points to spend this turn. Let's just get 2 more of the small bots. And so I'll just get them sort of swarming through as well. I'll just put another one back in this other corner. It just means they're going to have a bit more that they're going to have to then sort of deal with. Now if we go, I'll just place that one there to see what actually happens. And then you just end your deployment. The game then sort of plays out. Now they've actually stacked this other side. They've got their small bots in through there. They're going to wipe each other out. Ours are streaming in this side. Yep, coming up. Didn't quite make it into there. We're probably going to lose this first round. Or maybe not. We've got a lot of them streaming in to take these on. Now these here get caught up attacking small units, which then give your other units a chance to then take them out. We may be okay here, actually. There we go. That's good. Now they're going to wipe this one out. Come on, just get one more of them, please. Now we just took out one of their bases, which then slows these down, and we're going to win this first round. Very, very close. So our unit through here is coming after this. They're going after that, and then they'll sort of start. And it doesn't matter about the bases; it just slows the units down when it does actually happen. So it's down to 1. We've got a level 3 bot. They've only got a level 1. And they've both got pretty bad hit points. Bang, there we go. So all we had was 1 bot. It was worth 100 points, and so we took off 100 points from what they actually had. The next round you then come back through, so we've now then got different things we can do. Deployment specialist, so reduces the number of deployable units. Actually, that's not bad. If we grab that one there, we can really start to swarm this. So if we go with, we spend 50 on that one through there. It gives me 350 to then to sort of spend this time. So really, it's either going to be getting another marksman or a couple more marksman units, so I might just do that. Let's just sort of counteract them with our own marksman. We'll just move them across. Just going to try to keep these as a group working together, and then we'll just get in another one of the crawler units as well. Now we saw there that we should be able to, if we go and move, see I can't move the ones that I had set there before, and if I just go and position these where I can try to smash through these, although we did actually do better over this other side. Let's just let's go this way. That's going to give these guys a chance to then sort of get past and then do the damage. But we don't know what they're going to be buying either. If you hover over here, you can sort of see what they got. They got additional supplies. They got 50 supplies per round. We've now got the marksman. We don't know what their next one actually is. So let's just go on in deployment in here. But you can see it's reasonably fast. Now we're going to lose over this side. Now they've actually taken more over this other side as well. So the idea with these is just to delay stuff as you sort of go back in. Now our snipers will start to move on the bigger units, which will be good. So it's going to be a pretty close one again at the end of here. So the snipers have got like a bigger range. Unfortunately, we're going to be caught in here, so we're going to lose this round. Yep, quite significantly. Now, what have they got this time? We don't know. All right. So, to counteract what they've got, if we just hide the panel, we can sort of then see that they're going to be upgrading these. Now, these are the sledgehammer tanks back in through there. And so these sort of do reasonable damage. They're a very, very good unit. We're not going to be able to do it with these units, so these are no longer going to be all that viable with what we're doing. Our marksman units are getting caught up because of the survivability of these. So we're pretty better off getting, let's get a big bot in this time. So it's just to sort of illustrate what does go on. I'll just go back to the panel. Now, we could the attack of units equipped with this item is increased by 75%, while hit points is increased by 70. Yeah, let's grab that one there, and let's go and unlock ourselves a Vulcan unit, which is actually a massive flamethrower unit. So let's go and do that one. Bring that one in, and then we'll just go and now we're sort of I don't have the 50 in through this side, but I'll just amplify its core, just give it even more abilities. And I'm going to move this one up to then be able to take on this group over this side. Let's just bring this one into here, just so that it sort of follows in behind these. And so it then should get a bit of an advantage over this other side. And then we'll, for the sentry missiles, we'll just go and use these just to sort of weaken this particular group. We're in deployment. So the rounds are pretty fast. You're just adding on to what's happened. Yeah, there we go. We've blown up a lot of those, which is good. This way we're going to chop through these with the flamethrower unit very, very quickly. It's cool. So we can get down on those sort of levels that we've been looking at before, if we wanted to. Sort of see what's going on. And so whatever points we have left at the end, we're going to get through this one fairly fast. They've only got like a handful of units left over here. Blow that one up. All of our snipers are still available. Now they're coming after us. We've still got one of our tanks left, so we're going to get a fair few points this round. But overall, it's really quite a fast little game. So we've now got the both teams have now slowed down because of that last interaction. Snipers will then get that job done. All right. And so the value of the of everything. So we're winning the game. Super heavy armor. I can only put one of those things on an actual unit, but I could actually go and grab that one, another one of those, because that was quite effective. Now that's 300. Let's do it. And bring another one of these bots in. And then we'll use that heavy armor on this bot. And we'll put this bot on the other side, so we can actually then take out the... So I think we'll just move that one across. Now we've only got 100 points. I may be able to upgrade one of these. I don't think they're really worth it, but these are. Get 50 points in there. And the upgrade of this one is 100. I can't afford that one. So I'll then just go through and just put another one there and end our deployment again. They're just going to chomp through these very, very quickly. They've got a lot more. Now they've got flying craft coming in. So they're trying to counteract us with flying craft. Like this one here is a ground only. It can't actually impact the flying units. So I need to use these units to actually get the flying units, which we will be able to do. Their sniper is trying to get through. We've completely, by having this unit in here, we've completely overwhelmed that side of the map. And that's the end of them. We've actually done a lot of damage in here. That's probably the game almost. You're down to 877 now. So you can see there with the counteracting, it's really, really is cool. Fires multiple incendiary bombs in a straight line. Increase the hit points of all units. Let's just do that. I don't think the AI can come back from here. I don't think we're going to lose this one now. Let's get another Vulcan, because they really have caused the damage in here. And we can just go and, like other things you can do other than just the level ups, you can actually also give them special abilities. Like, for example, increase the Vulcan's attack by 125%. Let's go and do that for another 250. We've still got 100 points left over. These level up there is 50. That one goes to level 4. Move this one across, and I'll plot this one down in here somewhere. But it's a very, very cool game. And then we'll just go and grab one of these again. Just help on this other side. So this should be the end of the game. I could have upgraded these, but I won't worry about it. Yeah, so we're smashing through these very, very fast. And because these are so big, the marksman bots just aren't going to be able to cope with it. So we're now doing a lot more damage. Now they've actually just had an upgrade there with acid by the looks of things. I'm not sure what they've actually got in there. This will be the end of the round. So it's a very quick game, you know, like it's sort of, it plays out in very, very short periods, and it really is, they've actually come in from the side. So we're going to lose this area. So one of our marksmen got left behind. So now slowed it down as well. There's nothing else on that side. We've got some tanks coming in as well, but now the marksmen are the only thing good. We got rid of all of their air units because we had nothing else. Oh no, we had all these. That is the game over. As soon as it gets down to zero, to negative numbers, that's it. So that's it. Return to the lobby. It's a really cool 10-minute game. It's yeah, it's an incredible little game. So anyway, that's Mechabellum, a real time sink. So you saw how fast that was played out. You saw how strategic you had to think. You had to counter what they were doing. Like when I brought those big flamer bots in, that was the turning point of that particular battle. They won one round, I think, because they were starting to overwhelm me with their tanks. So I needed something to counter the tanks. Those flame bots were the counter. They had nothing that could come back against those flame bots. There's these rolling sort of steel ball bots, which are great against big bots like that. So they should have brought them in at that stage. So it's very much like it's a game of cat and mouse the whole time. It's very, very cool. Anyway, that's Mechabellum. But just as I say, I've just been playing that. When I've got 10, like even before playing, before coming and doing this recording, I had about 20 minutes to go. I thought I can squeeze in a game there. So I'll just read a few more of the comments there. So okay, so where are we up to? And I'm sorry if I'm missing a lot of the comments. So hi Tarank, I'll just see anyone that's got an ChatTactic there, because that's the easiest way to sort of grab my attention. Battlemate saying Mechabellum, Roger's then saying, like many other great multiplayer games such as GSGO and StarCraft 2, Mechabellum is intended to go into free play when all of the systems are ready. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know about that. When that happens, everyone who bought the game will also receive a special bundle of rewards that will be available for purchase. Ah, no, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. That would be. Oh no, that's actually a really bad thing. I think anyway. Yeah, free to play games. I don't like the mechanic of that. I don't like the funding mechanic, you know, how developers get their money through free to play games. It's a shame because this game is so damn good. So Benjamin's saying I'd probably play Mechabellum more, like how Daz is playing, just against the AI. Yeah, the AI is good, and look, I haven't tried the elite AI, but the hard AI is quite tricky. It is good. I do want to play some multiplayer with it, but I just haven't got to it yet. Battlemate's saying, yeah, Dumas and Cheeseman, I've cleared a backlog of podcasts. Okay, so that must have been talking about the Shadow Empire podcasts. Rogue is saying, I'll definitely check out the podcast, but so I learnt from Daz and Battlmate on that game. Truly is a gem. Yeah, Shadow Empires, I'm just assuming that's what you're talking about. So Battlemate's saying, I've been messing about with designing an auto battle myself. Got not anything coded yet, but the board game version was cool. Yeah, the auto battlers can be good, but I think that the way that they've done Mechabellum really is exceptional. Just the pacing, the intricacy, like it's, you know, each bot is good against another type of bot, and mediocre against a batch of them as well. So it really does change dramatically. Like one robot can really swing a battle. Okay, so I expect it'll go into my pile of unfinished projects. Yeah, I've got the same thing. I've got so many unfinished projects that I start that I just never ever get to. Anyway, but I'm saying, but it's such a cool concept for a game. Makes you think hard about what player interaction in the game can be. And I think, look, Mechabellum does do that well. And just looking at the number of people who play Mechabellum online, it's a very popular game. Michael's saying just one more game, yeah. But I'm saying this looks really good, actually. Yeah, it's as I say, I'm just so impressed with it. And I really wasn't going to bother picking it up. And then I was talking with the one of the guys from Paradox, and just said, actually, Mechabellum, I'm half interested in, but I'm now really. I wish I had grabbed that at its launch, because it's very, very cool. A launch of early access, anyway. I am concerned about it being free to play once it releases. That does worry me. I hope it's not pay to win. I really hope that's not the case. Oh God, that would just destroy the game if they did that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know at all about that one. Okay, so where are we up to? Doomiston saying, I've always appreciated the passion and enthusiasm for strategy games from content creators on YouTube. Yeah, look, it's fun doing it as well, to be honest, and it's quite a tight little community, which is awesome. I don't like it's so rare to think I can't even think of anyone that I've ever come across in the that does strategy content creation that I've sort of thought, that's except for battle mode, of course, but no. But no, it is a really nice little tight community, which is quite cool. It is quite good. Okay, so Dimmerson saying like the stream chat for the algorithmic gods, yes. And so Evil Mirror is saying, oh no, missed 40 minutes. What kind of topics have I missed? Well, you've missed Fragile Allegiance, which we then figured out was actually Jagged Alliance. So we did start off with Jagged Alliance and just talk about that one here or there, but it was, I don't know why I call it Fragile Allegiance. I've called it that for years. Anyway, it's not good, is it? So Batman is saying, I did warn you about that, Daz. That's why I passed on it. It's a real shame. The game itself looks superb. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I'm going to have to... I might talk to the guy from Paradox about that, because that's a shame. If it goes into free-to-play, that then brings a lot of other stuff with it. And it's funny because I don't know about you guys, but I really do... I always think negatively about a game that goes into that model, and I know that there's a lot of games that do it and it works out okay. I mean, a game that actually has been updated a fair bit recently, which I haven't actually played. Where is it? Fire and Maneuver is another one that is a free to play in the base game, and then you just buy in the actual the kits to extend the actual game itself, which is fine, but it's still the fact that it's free to play. I don't think they needed to do that, because you get there's almost like a smell about games that are free to play that are, and I know that they're popular when you look at the Steam free to play versions of games, and I don't know if it's just maybe us strategy gamers that are a bit sort of funny about it, but if we look at free to play, should be a list of games, I would guess. So I mean, you look at like things like War Thunder. I mean, how many people play that? You're looking at look at the reviews there, 371,000. So, and you'd have to call that a success. It's The Sims 4 free to play now as well, 101. So that they certainly are popular. Yeah, there's certainly a lot there. Well, the warships free to play. I didn't realise these were free to play. Actually, I've never bothered looking at those. But again, maybe I did stumble across it when I was free to play and thought, nah, I'm not going to bother, because I tend not to bother. Like it's one of those. World of Tanks Blitz. I mean, there's a lot. What about some of the ones that aren't that popular that we never heard to a T? That's to be announced. I don't know what Freestyle 2 is. I'm just trying to find something that is clearly a game. Where's something that's dot puzzles, free to play. Yeah, no, that's sort of yeah. So that's not really anything big. Like says doesn't have the popularity that you'd sort of. That came out in 2018, so that one's not really anything big. Farlight 84, I don't know what that one is. 14,000 again. I don't think I've ever heard that, so I've got no idea what that is. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Anyway, free to play is. I tend to not worry about them. I tend not to play them personally. So yeah. So Battle Line saying it's like gambling. It's sort of depending on the way that they do it. So as Jack is saying, if you go into the store page of Mechabellum, it's in there. How is the full version plan to be different? Let's go and have a look at that one, because it will be interesting to see that. And I'm just trying to think if any other Paradox games have actually been free to play, and I can't think of any that have. So it's like this Paradox Arc is interesting. I really like the idea of Paradox Arc. They've got some great games. What they do is they're finding small indie developers, like small teams, and then helping them sort of get a start with games that, you know, like if they like the look of the game, then they'll come in and do a lot of the. So this would be Paradox would be the ones that would be then dictating the free to play, I would guess, which, as I say, does surprise me. I might just open up Paradox Arc so you can sort of see. Solaris Nexus is a simultaneous turn-based multiplayer 4X game. So that's based on Solaris, Mechabellum, Across the Obelisk. I don't really like these Slay the Spire type sort of games, which is what this one is. A bit of a takeoff on that one, I think. So not really into that one. Star Deus is an awesome game. That is such a cool game. This is actually the game that really got me into this whole Paradox Arc approach that they've actually got. It's really quite an interesting approach that they've got. So, you know, like most of their games, the actual Paradox games are big teams, whereas Paradox Arc really is just to help these small indies. Space Trash Scavenger, that's coming soon. I thought I've never heard of that one. And then we've got more. So there's not a hell of a lot in there. You can see there are just 9 games in total. Knights of Pen and Paper 3. Now this crashed and burnt, didn't it? Came out in March, but I think this one's really, really unpopular from memory. Yeah, you don't often see that. 20%. Why is that? Why is this so poor? Because I didn't mind the other versions of that game. Okay, so let's just try to find someone with over 10 hours that doesn't like it. There we go. This one here, 18.5 hours. Let's have a read through this one through here. This is like the worst sequel you could imagine. Balance is crap. Progression feels like a paid mobile kind of deal. Story is bad. How in the world could they screw up this one so bad when all they need to do is copy paste the first two and add a new story or something? Actually amazing just how bad this game really is. Like all aspects, all of them, no exceptions. This one's 7.8. Very difficult to see this game as anything other than a direct mobile port. Okay. 69 hours. Wow, this one here. The game map is 40%. You aren't able to go to. The balancing is so bad that one item makes you unkillable. To do 50. Yeah, okay. So it's just gone crazy with stuff. The shop prices are just unfair, such as the orb ring, costing 5,200 gold when I get 500 from the hardest fight in the game. Yeah, so it sounds like it's a real grind. So Technomancer and Artificer aren't able to be obtained. So TDLR, so too long didn't read. The bugs aren't the problem. It's that the game isn't even half finished. And even though I tried so hard to like it, it's just not possible. Yeah, so wow, there's a lot of hate, isn't there? That's 20%. What was the other game we looked at a few weeks ago that was about 20%? Because that's very, very low. When you get reviews that low, that's a big problem. That's a massive problem. Actually, what was it? There was another one. Yeah, this one does look like a pay-to-win game, but it's not. This one is not a pay-to-win game. So there was another one we looked at. Oh, yeah, I know what it was. It was Blood Bowl. Let's see how Blood Bowl 3 is progressing. Blood Bowl. This is on 20%. How's Blood Bowl 3 going? Blood Bowl 3, does it even show up? Just do a search for it. This is also hidden from my preferences. Not sure. Okay, so that's we'll just view the page. And okay, well, it's up to mixed now. Up to mixed, 41%. So it's improved. I think it was 23%. So I think that we should have like a score of what's the worst games that should be fairly mainstream that actually have got really, really bad reviews. Yeah, Knights of Pen and Paper. I think that's currently the winner. I think it was 23 originally when Blood Bowl came out, or it might have been 13, but I can't remember exactly what the ratings were of that one there. But I as I say, I really do like the idea of Paradox Arc with what they then go and do. So you can see there are independent developers out there who create deep games that capture the Paradox DNA. Our mission is to find them and show them to the most engaged players in the world. Now, why on earth did they do that with Mechabellum? I'll just close that one off. So this one rates 89 and then 85 in recent times. Now, where did you say we could go? In the store page of how the full. Okay, so let's have a look and see. Let's have a look and see. Massive battles. It's not there on the store page. Where did you say that was? How is the full version? So if you go to the store page of Mechabellum, it's in the how is this full game? When you drop down the EA tab, okay. All right. So how is the full version planned to differ from the early access version? So like many other great multiplayer games such as GSGO, and actually this was pasted before, wasn't it? Mechabellum is intended to go into free-to-play when all of the systems are ready. When that happens, everyone who bought the game will also receive a special bundle of rewards that will be available for purchase any other way as a gesture of appreciation for supporting us. Our goal is that this will be at the time of full release. So how are they going to make their money? What's obviously they're going to be making other content. But what content could you do with something that's so pure in its gameplay that's not going to completely unbalance it? It can't just be cosmetic. It can't be just cosmetic. That's a massive, massive red flag. Damn, I wish I had read that before I made my video on it, because that is that potentially a big problem without knowing the specifics of it. Let's have a look and see if there's any other information about it, because that is not good, and not in my eyes anyway. I think it'll be about wasting time. Special bundle. Yeah, here we go. Okay, possible buyers. Wondering what, since the game is planned to go into free-to-play within a year, what would the special bundle of battles mentioned be? Skins, profile pictures, titles, etc. Should I purchase the game? Well, just wait out a year instead. Haven't heard much about the special bundle. Yeah. Okay, so they said that early access includes stuff later on when it's free to play. However, since the game in-game shop isn't available yet, we can't say anything about it. We're supposed to get tons of cosmetics, but nothing that would give you... Okay, that's good. So we are supposed to get tons of cosmetics, but nothing that would give you an actual advantage in-game. And we're already collecting points by leveling up so that they can be used in the upcoming shop to buy stuff. Oh, okay, so you'll be able to... I guess it'll just be the personalisation. All right, I'm actually okay with that. My guess is that we will simply keep whatever we've got via those level up points, and everyone else will have to pay money once it's free to play. Yeah. So if anyone, and look, I know that there's certain markets where where people do like to pay money to actually get personalisation on different sorts of things, and I'm guessing if it's it is a time sink, this game, and people will be quite passionate about it. Yeah, so there we go. Your coffee is, yeah, that's, yeah, okay, that's good. At least there's a commitment. I don't know where the commitment is actually listed, but at least there's a commitment. It's not going to be a pay-to-win game. So it's not as bad. It's not as bad. I still don't like it, but it's just not as bad. Yeah, and I guess I'm a bit too old school with that sort of stuff. I don't like the shifting sands of with games like the free to play type games. Whenever I get offered a lot of them, and I just pass them nearly all. And it's probably Mechabellum is probably sort of in that sense. Maybe that was why I didn't pick it up at the start. I just can't remember. Okay. Okay, so Roger was in saying free to play is also much easier to introduce younger gamers to. No, yeah, that's true. And I think that there's as I say, I think there's certain markets that like fall in love with a game very, very quickly, and then want to get all of the extra bits and pieces. So that's how they'll make their money. Okay, so now Mariner's saying CK2 is free to play. Oh, okay, I didn't realise that. Is it? Let's have a look and see. Is that gone to free to play? Crusader Kings 2. Yeah, it is. It's free. Free to play. You're right. But that's, yeah, I mean, this is because it's old now. You know, like it's an old game. They've brought out Crusader Kings 3. It definitely wasn't free to play originally. So, yeah, I'm guessing it's, well, I mean, again, when you look at, when you've got so much DLC, where you're still paying for the DLC, that would be it. That would be it. That's how they make their money on this old game. Yes, well, that's interesting. That's interesting. So we've got all of those now. So Silver saying Blood Bowl 3, oh dear. Getting better though, it seems. It does seem that way, doesn't it? So Battlemane's saying if you want a fair review of Blood Bowl 3, the UK Blood Bowl champ Andy Davo did a fairly good job, fairly good review on YouTube. Let's have a look at that. So I just have to get through my my I don't know what the what that is. Hang on, one exact match censored based on your preferences. I don't know what my preferences actually are. In results, I just try to find out what's going on with my preferences, because that just doesn't make. I can't figure that one out. So we've got. I've now turned on all of the mature content. I'm guessing I might as well turn these off again, because it's not going to be any of those. Show early access. Review score settings, that doesn't matter. Hide ignored. Enable, yeah, that's okay. Language preferences, that doesn't exclude. I've got no idea. I can't see anything in there that should impact any of these preferences at all. It makes 0 sense. So anyway, let's just go back into it again. I'll have to try to figure out what's going on there. Good old Steam. All right, so we do actually have. So we're looking for, what was his name? Andy Davo. There's only 2,887 left to do a search for. I can't even filter it, can I? No idea where he is. Sorry, Ben. So where is he? Where is he? Now I can't see the names of the people that were there. Oh, now it's not telling me who's who. That's not going to be any good, is it? Oh, hang on, here we go. Jinsky, Archon. I'll just have a bit of a look down and just see if I can find it. I would have thought that if he was, if he gave a good review, he'd be one of the ones with most of the thumbs up, like as in most helpful. Yep, not seeing it there. No idea. God, they're all negative, aren't they? No, I can't see him there, Ben. Sorry. Okay, he's saying. Oh, it was a YouTube video review. Oh, okay, it's not a Steam review. Sorry, I misread. Anyway, still a lot of negatives in through this one through here. So, yeah, we did this one 24th of Feb. Anyway, yeah, mate, I didn't even bother with that one, just based on the reception that it got. It looked terrible, the actual reception. So anyway, we'll leave that one there. Okay, so last one saying, Daz, you need to check store, part of your preferences. Okay, let's go back and just quickly do that one. Jagged Alliance 3. Store. Where's that? Actually, I might just ditch that bottom one there. I tend to not be wanting to see those. I'm not seeing it. I'm still not seeing what you're talking about. Everything else is in there. You said store. You need to check store, part of your preferences. Oh, hang on. Right, I'm with you. Sorry. There we go. Right, that should, okay, that's, there we go. I think we're now done. That should be good. So if we just go back again to store page and just do one more. Jagged, there we go. That was it. Thanks for that. Thank you very much for that one. Sorry, I must drive you guys nuts with me fumbling around doing this sort of shit. All right, what else are we going to look at? There was something else I had in my list of things. I'll just have a quick look and see what I've got on the other page. Oh, yes, there is actually another thing I did want to talk about. Unless you guys have other games you want to talk about, but so Mariner's saying, have you ever played Battle Brothers? Yeah, Battle Brothers I find great until you lose one battle and then you're screwed for the whole game. So I don't like that aspect of Battle Brothers. I love the idea of the game. I just hate that as soon as you lose one battle you're screwed, and it puts you on the back foot pretty much from that point forward. But I'm saying buy red. I gave Daz about 0% chance of being into that, although it looks hilarious from Seth's video. Where was that one? I'm not seeing there. Oh, hang on. Byred is saying, I'm curious, did you check out Amazing Cultivation Sim? No, I didn't. Let's look at that one up now. We did look at this the other day, didn't we? We did look at this the other week. I haven't followed it up. I didn't even write it down actually. Yeah, I'll put this one. My list of things. I've got a few different games there to follow up. Actually, I want to give a shout out to if you are from Australia and watching this, there's a company called UMart, just the letter U and then Mart, for computer stuff. I've used them for years and years and years, and they basically are like a wholesaler in Australia. And I got a graphics card yesterday, and the way that the advice that they give, I just want to give a little shout out to it because it saved me so much time. Just the stuff in the store. The guy told me about a program called DDU, which I'd never heard of before, and it was if you do have troubles with your, I might just mention it because I might show you if you do have a problem with your graphics drivers and have to clean them out, because I went from NVIDIA across to AMD, and so DDU, back and through there, DDU download. This is from Guru 3D. This is an incredible little piece of software which really strips out all of the bloat from they completely got rid of all of the crap that NVIDIA had put into my computer over the years. And anyway, this is something that I'll give a shout out to this particular app. It's just for a way of sort of cleaning out your drivers, your graphics drivers, is really amazing. So I happened to. It's one of these, like Umart is one of these ones where you've got to order online and then basically you've got to go and pick it up, or they deliver it, but if you pick it up it's free, sort of go and get there, and it's literally just in the next suburb across from where I am. They've got them all over Australia, but anyway, just going in there, the guy in front of me had bought like another AMD card as well, and he was also switching from NVIDIA to AMD, and I heard the guy giving all these instructions about using this DDU program before you actually just put the AMD card in. And anyway, so when I went up to the counter to grab my graphics card, and I said, I think you'll have to just quickly go over that again for me, because, and sure enough, he just did it. It's so William Thomas is saying DDU is a must-have for purging old graphics drivers. It's incredible. Like, it's just it was, because it's quite an involved process to get rid of them anyway. But this is actually a really nice way of doing it. Like if you are sort of switching, particularly if you're switching brands, it's very, very good, really, really good. So. And I just really couldn't, it was just one of those things I just really couldn't, it saved me, I think, so much time just by getting the good information. Anyway, I thought it just as a bit of an aside, because I've got this new card. It should make things a little bit faster. Okay, so Roger was saying Urtek, the Desolation, was fairly similar to Battle Brothers, but less brutal. Yes, actually, Urtek was a very great game, actually. I wonder how that one's going in terms of the of its popularity. Urtek's the Desolation. It's cheap. It's only mostly, it's very positive in here, 89%, then 72%, but it is a great game. Yeah, that is very much a Battle Brothers type game. But it is. You can come back from losses in that one a bit more easily than Battle Brothers. It's fairly cool. Okay, so Byred is saying, yeah, it makes me feel less niche. I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, so anyway, let's continue on. The other game I wanted to talk about was Master of Magic, because it has a new DLC coming, which actually looks pretty cool. They showed this on the Tea Time with Slytherin last week, and it sounds very, very interesting. So I don't know why it's only got mixed reviews, 46%. It's certainly better than that. It's certainly better than that by a long way. It's one of my favourite games that I've been playing, in recent over the last year. It's been a lot of fun. Now, the DLC, why is it not mentioned in here? All right, we'll have to maybe go back. Okay, so they're not actually mentioning it in here. Maybe they're doing announcement. Yeah, here we go. It's in the news. So Rise of the Soul Trap is coming on August the 28th. So that's a month and a half away. So we'll have a look at this again a bit deeper in. But this has just been announced, and it does look good. So Master of Magic players prepare to navigate a world where technology and magic merge with the new DLC, Master of Magic: Rise of the Soul Trap, coming on August the 28th. If we have a bit of a look down, we might have a look at this video. I mean, it's only 20 seconds. It's a bit of a nothing video. It's just it's a Game of Thrones ripoff. Even the music. So, I don't know. It doesn't tell you anything other than basically it's coming. So embrace the power of tech magic, a realm where crude technology intertwines with the marvels of magic, and opening pathways to unexplored realms of arcane knowledge. Now, the realms, I don't know where that one kicks in. If this is it in here, we can sort of see a few. I didn't actually see the screenshots before. What have we got that's new? Oh, hang on. It's actually going to be better to not do that. We can see more of it down through here. Now that doesn't change. This is still only going to the mirror plane. So it's what's the realms? Is that like a magical path? I'm guessing. I see. I assumed that was actually like a whole other plane of existence. So I think it's still only the mirror plane and Arcanus. And when we have a look at this one through here, it does get rid of the bottom of the map, but there's nothing else down there except for this in through this other side. So what have we got in through here? Is that some sort of other... yeah, this looks like it's a different sort of unlock that you could sort of then go and grab in through that side. Not really seeing much in through there in terms of any new factions. Creating a harmonious synergy that grants access to unprecedented sources of power with this newfound harmony. So while some elder wizards despise tech magics as an abomination of the modern era, others recognise its unnerving potential. Discover a new location, the Soul Trapped Lair. That must be over here. Guarded by a new race, the Soul Trapped. Okay, so we do have a new race coming. That's interesting. A crucial site that can captivate the attention of players. So this one is just telling us that no mere ruins. This is a tech dungeon, the lair of the rogue Soul Trapped. Those poor souls were damaged beyond repair in the merging of spirit and machine, and thus their empty shells are filled with rage and desire for destruction. The lair looks to have many defenders. More than one fight is likely, so make sure you wish to enter. So that does look fairly interesting with what's sort of going to be going on there. So that's going to be different. And then what else we got? So guarded by the Soul Trap race. So I'm hoping we can then go and pick up. So here we go. This actually looks fairly interesting. So the formidable stronghold presents a significant challenge, necessitating players to overcome its defenders in order to acquire valuable resources. Upon vanquishing the defenders, the lair undergoes a transformation, morphing into a resource-abundant zone on the map, bestowing immense advantages upon the conqueror. Okay, that looks pretty cool as well. This is still defending it then in this case. So I don't know if this will be a playable faction. It doesn't look like it. Maybe it is. I've got no idea. So what do we have? We've got cannon units, sort of zombie units. I'm guessing back in through here. I'm not sure what these are. Okay, it does look interesting. I don't know if it'd be playable. Yeah, we've got some sort of like just little swordsman type units through that side. I mean, maybe it would be playable. I mean, the dwarves have cannons, so it would be a bit of a hybrid between other factions, I guess, like an undead type dwarven faction, but potentially. So defeat them to gain a valuable resource and trigger a chain of events that will challenge you in the mid to late game by an event on normal difficulty on turn 300 and on hard difficulty on turn 200. This setting will be adjustable in the game settings options, so it can be turned off entirely, which is what they've done all the way through. Is they've tried to keep it pure. To what people like in the original game, and then sort of allow people to opt in. But I do like the opt-ins. So get ready to uncover the... So I wonder if that's a playable faction. I don't know. Maybe it should be. You erase the Soul Trapped. Yeah, anyway, I thought I'd just mention it because that is coming again so that's now got some more information about Rise of the Soul Trapped. So that is of interest. Let's have a quick look at I'll just go back to my actual Steam area, and this is smaller, but I can just have a quick look at the library and see if there's anything else coming up that's sort of come across. Okay, so Panzer Corps 2, great game. Mechabellum there, a recent update. Okay, there's a highlight there, British Isles faction highlights for Imperium's Greek Wars. I don't know, like it didn't grab me the last time I played Imperiums. It's a game I like the idea of, but it didn't really like sort of playing it all that much. Yeah, borrowed saying, actually, I'm not sure what you're talking about there, so actually I'll just skim on. I've actually lost oh wow, I've missed a lot of these stuff. So, Okay, Battle Mode scene. I was looking at the players' numbers for Master of Magic, and it's barely got anyone playing. It's very concerning, actually. Yeah, that's a problem. It is a very, very cool game. What about Shadows of Forbidden Gods? That's a good game as well. If you played Magic Research, can highly recommend it as a person who likes doing home office, who plays while doing home office work. I don't know that one actually. Magic Research. Yeah, rest in peace, Game of Thrones. Certainly the last series that should have been done much better. The last series in that particular franchise. Garrick, so I'm close to leveling up in Caster of Magic from fair to advanced difficulty. There we go. Caster is great, but I'm saying Garrick, man, I struggle just on fair, and barring as instead of saying after reading that small spiel, it sounds like one new location on the map and an end or mid game threat. It does sound like that, but I think it will add in a new faction, I would guess. Byron is saying, by the way, Battle Mode, there is even more niche game than Amazing Cultivation in the form of Scroll on Towu, which is more grounded setting. Seems perhaps Seath will make a video on that too. Gary's been saying, I hope that they add more factions. Please don't remind us for Game of Thrones. It still hurts. Yes. Well, I've done my 500 hours with Master of Magic. Now I'm waiting for Starfield. All right, so we've got the... just having a quick look and see what else we've gotten through here. Diplomacy not an option. Substitute. Okay, that's a Dev Diary blog there. Great game, that one. Revival Recolonization. I haven't played this yet. I've got to play this. This is on my list of things to do. It does look good. What else have we got? Okay, here we go. The Battle Generator in Ruler Waves 3. That looks good. Okay, so maybe it's... I mean, it was there. It might just be explaining how to do it, I would guess. So we'll just skim past that one through there. Against the Storm. Difficulty Picker. Okay, what else have we got? Together in Battle. Nothing much else in through there. Well, I think we might start to wind up, guys. There we go. That's the Rise of the Soul Trapped in through that side. Patch in through there for Tiny Combat Arena. I've got to play more of this as well. This is a fun little game, very, very quick to play, and they've got an open beta branches now available there for the Age of Wonders 4 as well. So okay, so I'm happy to announce that we're putting the next update for Age of Wonders 4 into open beta. This previews some of the improvements that are part of the Watcher update due later this summer. This coming update focuses on what we feel are the issues that are most important to you, and we'd like to get your feedback on what we've managed to do so far. It's important to remember that this is work in progress patch. So, yep, so we've got, actually that might be underground layer. Okay, so that sounds like it's worth actually opting into. I might do that actually. I'll just go through. If you're wanting to opt into these things, just go across. I'll just open it up in the Steam area, just so it's actually I already am. I've already done it. So if I just go across into, if you just go into properties, if you're wanting to do it yourself, go to betas, and so that's the one there, open beta. All right. So I didn't even realise I'd done it. I mean, I do like to be in those open betas for these sorts of games. It's funny actually with Age of Wonders, it actually has it seems to have diminished in popularity. Like I've been putting up videos, a lot of videos, just in like tutorial content, but they've been extremely unpopular. Like hardly anyone watches them, so it's been quite interesting. I might even have a look to see what the viewership of Age of Wonders has done, because it looks like it's really sort of gone way down. But I don't know whether it's just my channel or whether it's the actual game where people are just sick of it. I've still got a fair number of people playing it. Like nothing like the lofty heights at the start where it sort of had broken through 40,000, or it did have 42,000 back there. So it's still healthy at 2,000 or 3,000. Interesting. When they brought out the DLC, it didn't go up by much. That's interesting. That's really quite fascinating. I would have thought there'd be a bigger spike there. I think that the DLC came too soon after launch. It was a bit too fast. That's really quite interesting. That's the release. Okay, yeah, that is yeah, it's interesting with that one there. So now having a bit of a look through, I think we'll just do the giveaway at this point in time, guys. So so Byron is saying, by the way, Daz, do you know Endless Sky, free space game, pretty amazing for a free game? I don't know that one actually. Let's have a look at that one. The Sky. So another free to play. It's pretty old, 2015. 2015. I don't think I'd like. I think with the game that old, even if it is positive, I don't think I'd go back to it to relearn. The trouble is, I've got to spend it. I've got to invest time to learn games, and it sort of ends up being. I mean, 92% is good, but 2015 is too old. Sorry, I won't. We won't spend our time there. Okay, so let's go through and yeah, actually Admiral's in saying, I honestly felt the DLC did not make much of a difference other than dragons. Yeah, looking at that blip, it normally when things are released, they go way up. Actually, another game I've got to talk about as well, which is coming. I can't show it on my system because I've got content I'm not allowed to show on there, but airships is coming. There's a DLC coming for airships. Conquer the Skies, which is the Heroes and Villains. Keep an eye on this one, guys, because this is awesome. And I mean, I've covered this a lot on the channel, but I've been playing with the new the coming Heroes and Villains release. So that's coming basically in a week and a bit. So I will cover this in detail next week. I think I'm allowed to show it on the. No, I'm going to be a day or so off. So I'll do a bigger talk about this one coming because it does actually add a lot of interesting things to it, and also there is actually now, like all the bitching I've done over the years about a lack of a ledger has been addressed I did show this a week or so back with what has been happened in the beta. Like he is testing. I hope it comes to the free game, but there is actually a way now to sort of figure out what's going on with all of your defenses very, very quickly. So so that's where we are there. But this is as I say, Heroes and Villains coming in 1 month. That was so basically we're a week and a bit away now before this one does actually come, and it is looking amazingly good, amazingly good. So yeah, keep an eye open for that one through there. What else have we got through there? So Lawrence is saying over, it's really hyped about Age of Wonders 4, played it and it's good, but just missing some soul. Come up finger exactly what it is. Yeah, a lot of people have said that, where they feel like it just plays the same way each time they play it. And I can see that. I love the game, but I can see that aspect of it. That it's probably going to have like the die-hard fans will keep on playing, but it's certainly it's an interesting one. I don't know how they actually sort of fix that one up. Yeah, Battle Mode saying, oh, I like the character art. Yeah, it's very simplistic with and all of the character style illustration. Now, I believe that I've read somewhere where the artist that had done a lot of the other work had another project he had to work on. So they've got a second artist in to do some of these character portraits, but they do look good. And the characters really do add a lot to the game, like in both battles and also in the governorship of your cities, and they actually force you to play certain ways when you do get them, which is really quite cool. So it's it's a great game, like one of my favourite games, Airships. It's one of those games I can just go and play. If I've got an hour or two, like Airships is a great game to play. It's not a quick and easy one like Mechabellum, but it is very, very good. Okay, so yeah, Ricardo is saying Paradox-related games nowadays seem to have more style and substance. I don't know, like I think at Age of Wonders 4 I was impressed with the substance of the game, but I think it's just that the gameplay loop as such is pretty much the same once you start to play it, no matter what you've got. I don't know how they fix that. I can see that like with people who actually do get jaded with it, like there is a sameness about the feel of the game when you do play it, even though yeah, I don't know how they fix that. I don't know how they get around it. It's not just a matter of, as you say, it's not just a matter of style. It's not the immersion isn't going to fix it. It's got to be something to do with the gameplay to make the units play maybe a bit more sort of differently. Byred is saying Mechabellum would have been my next recommendation if you did not already make a video on it. Yeah, no, it's a really, really cool game. Very, very cool game. Okay, so let's do this giveaway. I'll just go and grab Nightbot. So this will be for the Pegasus expedition. So and if you don't want the game, just still put your name in when we do this one. I'll just log in, and we'll just make sure. Yep, I think we're okay. We'll just go back into giveaways, and we'll just go back to keyword. So the keyword is winner. So just write the word winner, and even if you don't want the game, like I know that a lot of you have got the game, just if you want to be just in it, and then if you decide you don't want it, then just let me know, and I can then have it there for the next time. So okay, so Roger is saying another game for when the wife is cooking. Then yeah, look, well, Mechabellum we played a whole game in 10 minutes, was it? It wasn't very long. Anyway, it's very, very quick. So this is Marble Game. Yes, we're going to be playing Marble Game. So I'll just get everything ready for this one, and just go and get rid of all of the names from last time. Okay, we'll just wait for them to roll on in. Just give you a little bit of time. And in the meantime, I'll just have a quick drink of water. Yeah, Byred is saying that each match is like 10 minutes. Okay, okay, but I'm saying this will be the first time I actually watch the marble race. Usually I'm listening to this stream at work. Right, well, who's the last one in the list? Now, Roger has not opted in. But Roger, I might still just get you in the mix anyway, and if you don't want the game, then we can just get rid of it there. So there we go. We've got London Tube. So it's about a 20-second delay from when I'm doing these. So I'll just look down. So London Tube is the last one that we've got so far. I'll just go and copy these names. And go back to the list. 34, that's not bad. Find, replace all. There we are. Just save that one. So at 34, I'll put my name in here as well. Save that one. All right, so just minimize that. And in we go. Marbles on stream. This is a really cool little game, actually, Marbles. It's such a good way to do the giveaways. So, Roger, I did put you in there, but if anyone gets this and they don't actually want the game, then that's fine. Just let me know. It's loading in. Actually, there we go. I was thinking, oh, maybe it doesn't like my new graphic settings, but it seems to be okay. Let's just go across to race. And what should we play this time? Let's do a... I tend to go... Let's try Mountain Pass, see what this one gives us. It's going to be a simulation. Got 35 names. Okay. Roger's saying I won this key the last time. I had to put it back, so I didn't want to repeat that. Yes, no, you're in. You've got no choice. Yeah, so Thomason saying marbles is what I wanted to do in my head as a kid. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, bragging rights, says Charank. You win it 2 times in a row. Okay, so let's go and add the names. We'll clear the old list, open the new list. There we go, finish. We're done, ready to go. Oh, Guy Bellaby. Add names. Are you in here? Nope. All right, I'll add you in. was it, I think. So we will finish that. Right, so 36 we need to have. Just get rid of the settings. So good luck, guys. So this will be Mountain Pass. I've got no idea what this one is. So graphic looks good. All right, good luck, good luck, good luck. So everyone's names there. Who's the first one off the list? Okay, Michael Druss, but who's the first one down? Rogue, 77, and I've got Bearing on the bottom there. Actually, this looks very similar to what we have done. Maybe we have done this one. I think we have done this one. Yeah, they go up the top. So still Rogue, and Shifty is stuck. Now, Rogue is the first one down. Actually, no, Verton is, followed by Bearing, Rogue, Furbusk. Now everyone sort of hits these blocks and then gets stuck. But Verton is straight through, miles out in front. Bearing, Rogue, Weebenholz coming through. Now, I'm guessing that some of you will fall off in these. We'll just keep an eye open for marbles that are falling. Okay, so the first one through is Rogue. Okay, Rogue has now hit the lead. So coming on through, I might just press number 1 and we'll just watch it from Rogue's perspective, trying to make its way through this thick snow. And then Rogue's the first one out. Straight across. Who else have we got in behind there? Whoa, anyone going to fall off in here? I'm surprised no one's actually fallen off yet. So through there. Connor is now coming second. And we've then got, so we've still got Rogue out in front. Connor, Sorbical is the list. And there we go. We've got Rogue's hit there. And it looks like Vukan almost got through. Oh, wow, everyone's really in there now. So in together. Dumerson out in front. No, it's Verton. Up Sorbical. Is Sorbical leading? I think Sorbical is leading. And Glenn Roberts just fell off. So we've lost a couple of you. We've lost a couple. Didn't see who the other one was. So Sorbical's a fair way out in front now. But it's not over yet. That's the end there, I think. I know there's a bit more to go. But you're a long way out ahead. Is anyone going to take that middle rung? Straight into the gap. Oh, long way out in front. So you're hitting those. This will slow you down for a long period. Here comes Baring, Kratzenstein, William Thomas. Whoa, Kratzenstein's out on top there. Shifty at the back there. Fobsk. This will dissolve fairly soon. Thomas in there as well. It's breaking up. Serenity coming in with a big... Anyone who gets a big run in through here is probably going to take the lead, I think. Got battle mode. And who's the lead? It's got Gyrox. Gyrox is now the leader. No, Kratzenstein is now the leader. No one's gone the other way. So Kratzenstein out in front just a little bit. And this is for the win. And it is Kratzenstein, followed by Gyrox, and then William Thomas. Wow, that was close, guys. That was really close. So very, very close finish. So congratulations, Kratzenstein, for the very, very close win. That was a good map, actually. That was a good one. So it was still a bit dangerous where people were falling off, but it's overall that's very, very cool the way it sort of did work. We still got anyone on the map? I think everyone's done. Yep, there we go. Kratzenstein, clear winner. Well, not a clear winner. It was a very close win. So congratulations. And what I'll do is I'll just give you my email address. If you can just give me an email. And then I'll give the key out to you. So Guy Bellaby is saying, fourth's not bad. Yeah, so late entry and came fourth. It's not bad at all. Let's have a look at the final results. You can then sort of see where you came in. A few of you didn't finish. So we've got Kratzenstein, Gyrox, William Thomas, Guy Bellaby, Farubsk. Then there was a few. Who was out in front? It was Sorbicol, I think. Was it Sorbicol that was out in front there for so long? If we just scroll down the list, a few of you didn't finish. Dave Flute, Glenn Roberts, London Tube, Lawrence Andrews, and Akados fell off the mountain on the way through. Yeah, it's a slow-mo. I thought about doing the slow-mo at the end there, but I in the end I just didn't do it. But I got it written actually on my little notes before I start doing these streams to remember that T is the slow-mo key. I thought it was F there for some period of time. I don't know why. So Fabius is saying, I survived. That's all that matters. Yes. So well done on that one. And guys, so I'll leave it here. So thanks for watching. Finishing a little bit early today. So I'll catch you guys. Just one more game, best of 3, says Michael. No, that was good fun. So it's a good way to finish these. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next week when we sort of look at, we'll be having another look at, I guess, Xenonauts at that stage, probably looking at the same games again, to be honest. Airships will be coming very, very close next week as well. So have a closer look at airships. I don't know if I know I'm allowed to show it on the 19th. I think it's a fairly loose arrangement though, so I might actually see if I can actually show a little bit about that the day before. So I'll contact David, the developer, and just see if he's okay for me to show it next week, which I think will be good. Okay, Xeno 2 tomorrow. Yes, absolutely, on Twitch. So if you are wanting to get some more punishment with the missions that we're doing, we have a very hard mission tomorrow. In Xenonauts, so we'll continue on where we are there. We're sending our A team out to take on a bigger alien threat than we've done it at all at this point in time. But God, it's been so much fun live streaming Xenonauts. I've thoroughly been enjoying it. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you if you're going to be over there on Twitch tomorrow. Otherwise, hope you have a really great week. It's Tuesday for me, but I know it's Monday for most of you guys. So I hope it's a good one for you. Thanks for watching. I will catch you next time.